citizens, so we're going to get ready to hear our national anthem. Please be seated. Welcome, trustees of the foundation, members of the Board of Visitors, elected officials, distinguished guests, faculty and staff, and ladies and gentlemen of the Corps of Cadets. I'm pleased to welcome you to the Virginia 250 Constitution Day event here at the Virginia Military Institute. VA250 was established by the Virginia General Assembly in 2020 and serves to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution, the Revolutionary War, and the independence of the United States and the Commonwealth of Virginia. The 250th anniversary of American independence provides an opportunity to educate, engage, and inspire Virginia students about American history, values, and beliefs. Our academic convocation featuring Miss Carly Farino 2 weeks ago started off our Virginia 250 celebration, which continues today. More specifically, we turn our focus to 3 resolutions that were officially signed by the Continental Congress in the year 1775, shortly after the shot heard round the world at the battles of Lexington and Concord. As our fledgling nation fought for their freedom, the first citizen soldiers officially joined the fight. This year marks the 250th anniversary of the United States Army, United States Navy, and United States Marine Corps, a military that fought against all odds and helped secure the rights and freedoms that we all enjoy today. VMI was founded on this tradition, and we continue to graduate citizen soldiers of our Commonwealth and nation. Our graduates embrace a high sense of public service and are ready as citizen soldiers to defend the country in time of national peril. Many of you in the crowd have stepped up to serve our great nation, and many of our cadets will follow in your footsteps. We thank all of you who have served in times of peace and in times of war. Your selfless attitude and willingness to serve our nation as are part of what makes our country great. To help us celebrate this momentous occasion, we welcome Ms. Cheryl Wilson, the Executive Director of the Virginia American Revolution 250 Commission. Cheryl brings a wealth of leadership experience from her nearly 40-year career with the Virginia General Assembly. She served as Deputy Clerk of the House of Delegates, where she oversaw committee operations, successfully led hundreds of legislative meetings, worked closely with leadership, and ensured proper parliamentary procedure. That's a tongue twister. Prior to that, she held senior roles in the Division of Legislative Services. Her distinguished career in commemorations includes serving as the Executive Director of the Virginia World War I and World War II Commemoration Commissions. There, she oversaw the statewide program to mark the 100th anniversary of World War I and the 75th anniversary of World War II. Her achievements have been recognized with numerous accolades, including the Governor's Award from Richmond Region Tourism and the Chairman's Award for Excellence by the Civil War Trust. And now it is my honor to introduce to you a good friend of VMI, the Executive Director of the Virginia American Revolution 250 Commission, Ms. Cheryl Wilson.
Thank you, Superintendent Furness, and welcome home. I want to extend my gratitude to you, to the instructors, to the staff of VMI, and to all of you, the rats in 4th class, 3rd class, 2nd class, and 1st class cadets, for the commitment that you've made and the important work that you are undertaking in service to our country. Welcome today to a new beginning at this institution that is the pride of this region, this Commonwealth, and this nation. I also want to give special thanks to Lieutenant Colonel Halligan and the VMI Regimental Band. And thank you for playing the VA250 fanfare, which was composed by David Chase. That is our clarion call to all Virginians to come together as we commemorate and celebrate the many events and moments throughout the Commonwealth that are going to lead us to July 4th, 2026, and the semi-quincentennial of our nation. As Executive Director of VA250, I have the honor and privilege of traveling across this amazing Commonwealth, from the wave-tossed shores of the Tidewater region to the mountains and valleys of the Shenandoah and beyond. And with each destination, we, our team members, see the very best of what Virginia has to offer. And with each visit, we appreciate more and more what it means behind the official slogan of our commemoration, America Made in Virginia. And this morning, I stand here so proud to say that there are few places in this state and in the nation that exemplify America Made in Virginia quite like VMI. Few places have the historic legacy of this place. Few places match the contributions of the fighting men and women like this place. Few places have the dedicated and inspiring leadership of this place, all of which originated in Virginia, the very first colony. We appreciate it, we're in awe of it, and we respect each and every one of you. To educate, to engage, to inspire, those are the three guiding principles of the VA250 Commission. And it's an undertaking that we don't take lightly. Our goal is to take each event, like today, each thread that leads us together to July 4th, 2026, and weave it into a tapestry that's shared by all Virginians. Now, my friends, it's true, we come from different places, we travel different roads, we have different triumphs, we have different challenges. But for this historic milestone, we, the people, gather in a spirit of unity, committed to forming a more perfect union. And while we are fully aware of your very hectic schedules and all that you juggle, we encourage you to, in fact, we invite you to come join this semi-quincentennial journey. Go to the website, VA250.org. Come discover your place, your well-deserved, well-earned, and respected place in this American story. This morning, we gather here to celebrate the 250th anniversaries of the United States Army, Marine Corps, and Navy, three esteemed branches of our armed forces that were, as the general said, established by the Continental Congress throughout the year 1775. And not to be forgotten, we will honor the Coast Guard, the Air Force, and the Space Force in time, in the centuries to come, sir, just so you know. But to begin this morning's commemoration, please rise and welcome representatives from the United States Army, Marine Corps, and Navy. They will recite the U.S. Armed Forces Oath of Commissioned Officers. Please rise. Thank you.
I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office in which I'm about to enter. So help me God.
I do solemnly swear and will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. This is our duty. This is our calling. This is our sacred honor.
To all here assembled, please remain standing as we present the Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army, first President of these United States, and President of the Constitutional Convention in the year 1787, General George Washington.
I hope you will do me a kindness and forgive my spectacles. I have gone nearly gray as well as blind in service to my nation. An excerpt from the farewell orders of the Commander-in-Chief. Oh, please be seated. That was a somewhat scrawled, hard-to-read note on the top of this. An excerpt from the farewell orders of the Commander-in-Chief in these United States of America. Rock Hill, near Princeton, November 2nd, 1783. A contemplation of the complete attainment of the object for which we contended against so formidable a power cannot but inspire us with astonishment and gratitude. the unparalleled perseverance of the armies of the United States through almost every possible suffering and discouragement for the space of 8 long years was little short of a standing miracle. Every American officer and soldier must now console himself for any unpleasant circumstances which may have occurred by a recollection of the uncommon scenes in which he has been called to act no inglorious part, and the astonishing events of which he has been a witness, events which have seldom, if ever, before taken place on the stage of human action. For who has before seen a disciplined army formed at once from such raw materials? Who that was not a witness could imagine that the most violent local prejudices would cease so soon, and that men who came from the different parts of the continent, strongly disposed by the habits of education to despise and quarrel with each other, would instantly become but one patriotic band of brothers. Good countrymen, friends, and defenders of these United States of America, 8 years prior to that historic address, the Army, Marine Corps, and Navy of the United States of America had their origins established by acts of the Second Continental Congress, and so resolved on their respective dates in the year 1775. 250 years later, for some of us it may seem like only yesterday, we have gathered to remember and celebrate with pomp and pageantry, by word and deed, these historic occasions, and to pay honor to the members of these illustrious and patriotic bands, both past and present, who solemnly swear to support and defend. As we gather on this glorious morning, this 17th of September, this Constitution Day, it is well worth relating the oft-told tale concerning Dr. Benjamin Franklin, constitutional delegate from Pennsylvania and sage. As the last names were being signed in the affirmative to the engrossed copy of the United States Constitution, Franklin, in a personal aside, made an observation about the chair that Washington had been sitting in as he presided over the convention. The chair had a carved image of half of a sun, Franklin remembered. I have often, in the course of this session and with the vicissitudes of my hope and fears as to its issue, looked at that carving of the sun behind the president without being able to tell whether it was a rising or setting. But now, at length, I have the happiness to know that it is a rising and not a setting sun. My fellow countrymen, may today's sun, as we are here gathered in this hall, reflect and celebrate these events of the past with valor, honor, and the noble pursuit of knowledge. May today's sun prove likewise. Gentlemen, you may proceed with the reciting of the proclamations.
Thank you, General Washington. Truly an honor, sir. The Second Continental Congress in Philadelphia assembled Wednesday, the 14th of June in the year 1775. Resolved that 6 companies of expert riflemen be immediately raised in Pennsylvania, 2 in Maryland, and 2 in Virginia. That each company consist of a captain, 3 lieutenants, 4 sergeants, 4 corporals, a drummer, and 68 privates. that each company, as soon as completed, shall march and join the Army near Boston to be there employed as light infantry under the command of the chief officer of that Army. By this resolution, the United States Army was established. Proud of all we had done, fighting till the battle's won, and the Army goes rolling along. And his high, high head, the arms on his way, down on the gate is loud and strong. Wherever we go, you will always know that the Army goes rolling along.
The Second Continental Congress in Philadelphia assembled Friday, the 10th of November in the year 1775, as penned by John Adams. Resolved that 2 battalions of Marines be raised consisting of 1 colonel, 2 lieutenant colonels, 2 majors, and other officers as usual in other regiments, and that they consist of an equal number of privates with other battalions. That particular care be taken that no persons be appointed to office or enlisted into the said battalions, but such as are good seamen or so acquainted with maritime affairs as to be able to serve to advantage by sea when required. By this resolution, the United States Marine Corps was established.
The Second Continental Congress in Philadelphia assembled Friday, 13th of October in the year 1775. Resolved that a swift sailing vessel to carry 10 carriage guns and a proportional number of swivels with 8 men be fitted with all possible dispatch for a cruise of 3 months, and that the commander be instructed to cruise eastward for incepting such transports as may be laden with warlike stores and other supplies for our enemy, and for such other purposes as the Congress shall direct, that a committee of 3 be appointed to prepare an estimate of the expense and lay the same before Congress, and to contract with proper persons to fit out the vessel. Resolved that another vessel be fitted out for the same purposes, and that the said committee report their opinion of a proper vessel and also an estimated expense. By this resolution, the United States Navy was established.
To all here assembled, please be seated. It is an honor for the Virginia 250 team to be here and share with you a September morning of new beginnings and age-old traditions. It is time to salute one such tradition, and we invite those previously assigned to prepare for the exchange of the Virginia 250 Challenge coins that commemorate this day. Once again, I give you General George Washington.
"250 years of strength and sacrifice, 250 years of history and heroism. For 250 years, the torch of this country's armed forces have been passed down from veteran to recruit, from generation to generation. With humble gratitude to you here present, and with the same gratitude to your fellow United States servicemen and women around the globe, the call is answered. The nation is served. Generation after generation, the challenge is met. We now honor the passing of the torch through the exchange of a newly minted challenge coin commemorating this day. But this simple and cherished act is more than the sharing of a coin, a handshake, and the possibility of a future well-earned beverage. It is the sharing of knowledge through the centuries. The sharing of an unbreakable bond and dedication to service. The sharing of mutual respect between the generations of members that hold a special place in patriotic and sacred band. And so, by this act, the torch is passed. Please exchange your coins. Too early to take these off. With grateful hearts, your country applauds your valor and your duty. And to all here in this hall, I encourage each and every one of you to applaud each other, and also to salute those with us but in spirit on the U.S. Army, the U.S. Marine Corps, and the U.S. Navy's 250th birthday. And a hearty 3 cheers for these United States. Hip, hip, huzzay! Hip, hip, huzzay! Hip, hip, huzzay! And thus, this ceremony, simple in nature, but all-encompassing in noble spirit and heart, now concludes. But the work remains. To all in attendance, because of your valor and that of your fellow servicemen and women, this nation is secure, and the revolutionary ideals set forth by our founders shall continue to guide us forward to that most perfect union. May ample justice be done them here, and may the choicest of heaven's favors, both here and hereafter, attend those who under the divine auspices have secured innumerable blessings for others. With these wishes and this benediction, the Commander-in-Chief, George Washington. In closing, we ask all now to rise, if so able, to join in the enthusiastic singing of the VMI spirit.
On behalf of Virginia 250, the staff here at VMI, thank you for helping us honor those who over the last 250 years have served and protected this great nation. This concludes today's ceremony. Thank you.